if I do something good, but I'm like expecting to get something in return.
In return.
You know, and I like expecting it. Like, okay, if I do this, I will get something in return. You know, like I get attached to that idea. Wouldn't that be also like kind of like bad intention to do good deeds, whatever?
Yes. There are three outcomes of your good deed that you can expect, that some people expect, and they are explained as levels. So the lowest level of your expectation can be to get sensual pleasures through the good deeds. Second level is to get fame. And the third level is to get wisdom. So such as to become enlightened. So either sensual pleasures or fame or enlightenment would be the outcomes that you can expect from your good deed. You will get your result, you will get your consequence, your reward, but the reward will be highest with the highest expectation. So if you have the expectation to become enlightened through this good deed of donation or ethical living or meditation, then the outcome is much higher than if you just expect to have sensual pleasures, to enjoy sensual pleasures. Now if you don't expect anything, then that will still bring you the reward, you will still enjoy the consequences of your good deed, but it will not be as powerful. Now what does it mean powerful? If you know what is the outcome and that there is outcome of your good deed, then I would expect that you will try to make it more. So instead of donating little, you would be donating more. Instead of following little, a lower level of ethics, you would be following higher, nobler level of ethics. Instead of doing a little bit of meditation, you would be doing more meditation. That's when you know that there is an outcome and you expect that outcome. And without that expectation, the donation, the merit might not be as big. And with the expectation, you can direct the expectation. So this is a lot of strategy, you know. So anyway, you can make a donation and you know, okay, so for example, you see a beggar and you donate them meal. And you can have the understanding, okay, so this beggar is an ethically living beggar. In Sri Lanka, you have ethically living beggars. You might not believe that, but yes, there are. And they follow 5 precepts, they follow 8 precepts, they follow 10 precepts. They are beggars. They are not ascetics. They do not meditate. They do not, they enjoy sensual pleasures if they follow 5 precepts. They just, they're on the street and begging. They're different from monks. Monks follow many rules. Beggars don't. Monks follow certain dignity, but beggars do not follow dignity. Whatever. So there are ethically living beggars, and if you give something to an ethically living beggar, then you know, okay, I'm giving food to an ethically living beggar. This beggar will use the food to be healthy, to be happy, and to continue, in his life satisfied. And when you give that kind of beggar your meal, then you can decide. Either you can decide, okay, I give him this meal, I don't need it, who cares, goodbye. Or, so that's without the wisdom. So you do not think about the outcome. You do not consider that there will be an outcome. You will get the outcome, you will have a lot of meal and so on in the future. But you could have more. How could you have more? If you know that there is an outcome. So when you know that there is the outcome, wow, I'm giving food to this ethically living beggar. This is such a good deed. This is so good thing for me. And therefore you're happy. You're glad that you did good deed. You are happy of your good deed. Not just that the beggar has what he needs, but you're also happy with you, that you did something that brings a good consequence. And when you are happy with the good consequence, that can actually lead you to do more merit, to do more donation. Now, there's another level to this. When you give something to the beggar, and you know, okay, I'm giving him this meal, and now I can wish something for that. Because now this donation is a power, and I have this power. So what do I want? And you can decide pretty much whatever you want. So do you want to have a new car, or do you want to have a nice house, or do you want to have a loving wife, or do you want to be born in heaven, or do you want to be born as a human, or do you want to be famous, or whatever? You can use that power of the donation for that what you want. And in our scriptures, this is again and again and again and again. You know, somebody donated this to an enlightened person, and they wished this, and then it happened to them. Somebody else donated something else to this enlightened person, they wished this, and then that happened to them. Somebody else donated this to an enlightened person, they wished that, okay, it happened to them. You know, it's just again and again in the scriptures. I don't know, like hundreds of thousands of such cases when somebody donated something to ethically living wise person. Of course, it would be a Buddha, you know, or Buddha to be, because they are considered to be the wisest beings in the world. And then they would wish something, and it would become true. Maybe not that same life, they would wish for the next life in one way or another, but it would become true. And there are just so many stories like that, you know, throughout the scriptures, in the main scriptures, in the commentaries, in the sub-commentaries, pretty much anywhere, you know. Donate something, you wish, you get what you want.
Isn't that like craving something just for doing good deeds? Like, I mean,
Craving. Yeah, of course.
So wouldn't that be actually a sort of saying like a bad thing in Buddhism? To crave something just...
It is bad from the ultimate point of view, from the enlightenment point of view, but from the worldly point of view, it's still good. So it is better if you donate and see, okay, this is impermanent, the person is impermanent, I'm impermanent, but let's support each other on the path toward freedom from impermanence. Then this would be free from craving. But if there is craving, like, okay, I give him this food and then I want to be the CEO in my company, then that is craving, but it still is good in the worldly terms. Because you support your community, you know, the society is then happy, somebody is happy, satisfied.